Surprising hobbled Mahomes got the W. Also, Super Bowl champion Greg Jennings is here. He also may defend Mike McCarthy, even though this is a Mahomes thing.
No, I'm not surprised at all. And Wilds, what I tell you, the theme of today's show is you are who we thought you were.
No, I am?
No, just the people we're talking about. They are who we thought they were. And Brew was right. He's the best player ever. And because of that, he just adds to his legend in games where seems like you couldn't. It's like, okay, this is a game you're supposed to win. Even though you're hosting royalty, everyone knows you're going to win the game. And it looked like, Greg, he was going to play a perfect game. It did. Those first two drives, it looked like, oh, this is going to be like what they did to the Steelers in their first playoff game last year, where Mahomes plays essentially a perfect game, runs up the score, and then he got hurt, and he found a way to get himself back into the game, to throw a game-sealing touchdown pass, jumping off the wrong foot after earlier converted a huge third down, jumping off his right foot. And it has made me, Greg, update my quarterback rankings, if I may.
Yes.
Number one, without a doubt, no one can argue it anymore after this weekend is Patrick Mahomes. It can't be argued. I don't want to hear anything.
I'm not.
Number two.
I mean, I just know Nick.
Number two, I don't want to hear any of your guys' Josh Allen stuff here, and I'm sorry, Prince, but Joe Burrow is without question number two.
Fair.
Okay.
And now there's a real question. Jalen Hurts was amazing this weekend. I thought the Prince played valiantly. Josh Allen obviously didn't. The third best quarterback in football is Patrick Mahomes on one leg.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh, really?
You called it,
I'm
Greg.
just curious. Be honest with me.
You did win.
Is there anyone you would have, other than Joe Burrow, would you have rather had in the second half yesterday Patrick Mahomes on one leg or your MVP Josh Allen? I'm just curious because Josh Allen had both legs. But
I'm not taking a one-legged Patrick
really? Because he had a
Mahomes
112 passer rating through 2 touchdowns. Seemed pretty good. He scrambled for a first down, too. So those are the updated quarterback rankings. There's no denying it. And for a franchise that in the 50 years before he got to Kansas City, they had 9 playoff wins. Now in the 5 years since he's been in Kansas City, they have 9 playoff wins, and they are hosting the 5th consecutive Arrowhead Invitational. It's odd they didn't host it always since it's known as the Arrowhead Invitational. So that's what I took away from it, Greg. Mahomes on one leg's top 3 quarterback, and one of those people ahead of him is himself, healthy.
Look, I wasn't surprised at Patrick Mahomes in his performance. Look, this is what great players do. I don't think any of us denies that Patrick Mahomes is a great player. He is a great player. He is the best quarterback in football right now.
There we go.
He is. We understand that. I give you a lot of pushback. The one-legged stuff, stop it. But look, I think when I watched that game, as great as Patrick Mahomes was, I thought the Jags showed their immaturity.
Thank you.
They showed a lot of immaturity of opportunities to fight, throw a counter, and they missed. Time and time again. And it wasn't so much just on Trevor Lawrence. There was a lot of help that he had from his supporting cast, his receivers dropping balls, them just not executing when they needed it most. I thought this team showed a lot of fight, but I'm not trying to take anything away from what Patrick Mahomes did. I know it probably feels like it to you because what he did was impressive. I think even as equally as impressive, I can't say equally, it's up there, was what Chad Henne did.
Oh, my guy. That's two times in the playoffs. Mahomes got hurt, and he's come in and been great.
In the clutch.
Yep.
I'm talking
Michigan man, bro.
2-yard line, and it just goes to show how much trust Andy Reid has in him and the preparation of Chad Henne to be put in those situations and deliver. And deliver big.
Yep. Well, when you talk about the trust, I mean, Reid looked like he was ready to protect Patrick from himself.
Yeah,
like
that's
they
why
were,
I said the trust.
if need be, they were ready to go with Henne the rest of the way. So obviously, I'm not surprised. I agree with everything Nick said, except he's the third best quarterback in the league.
Give me a new ranking then. He's better than a lot of guys.
Josh Allen.
You know that.
All right, let me just say that. But let me bring a little sober, cerebral analysis.
Oh, cerebral, please.
All right, I'm not surprised because he's great. But also, it's the Jags. The Jags have done their thing. All right, they've had a great year. Now it's about the offseason and building on it,
Accomplished
okay?
the exact same
They
this year as
weren't
the
going
Bills.
to beat Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes at 100% or Patrick Mahomes at 50%. They're not that team.
They were your upset alert.
No, but they did exactly what I said. It was a close game. They made Nick, sweat a little bit. That's what I said. I didn't say they were going to win. I just said it's going to be a one-touchdown game, and that's what it was. And the other thing, Nick, and you'll like this.
I doubt it.
They got a run game.
Oh, yeah, I do like that.
That's different from the last few years.
Yeah.
Pacheco, I mean, my goodness,
And
he's come out of nowhere. And I loved Edwards-Helaire in college. But Pacheco has given him something that Edwards-Helaire didn't. And then McKinnon didn't run for a ton of yards yesterday. But
and they also, we can't finish this segment without saying this person's name, Wilds. They have the second greatest postseason receiving threat ever.
What? He is unreal.
No. I said receiving threat, so I'm not just saying tight ends.
No, I know what you're saying.
Yes.
He is unreal.
Travis Kelce.
I don't understand why. If I was a defensive coordinator,
why they can't cover him?
I mean, I would just be like, listen, guys, who's got Kelsey? In the red zone, I'm like, who's got Kelsey? I'm like, I don't know. Oh, it's a rub route. I don't know what you're supposed to do. Like, yeah, it's a rub route every time. Guard him. Have two guys guard him.
It's fact.
Yeah.
You know what?
What?
I might be a DC.
A defensive coordinator?
I guard Kelsey. That would be my, what are your credentials? Like, nothing. Hosting a show, and I'd be like, guard Kelsey. No, I haven't heard that part. Look, guys putting Zeke at center. It's not, well-known book. Bengals sure don't like logistics. Since he let it be known that they did not appreciate any logistical planning for the neutral site game, that won't happen after they dispatched of the Bills in Orchard Park. Guys, it's just logistics. Here he is on Instagram. Uninvited guests. Oh, the world is
all
like
the way.
My goodness. I don't know if they're using this, if they really believe this, or it's Jordan-esque like we saw in The Last Dance. Like, they said they could guard me. Like, I never said that. Right. But it seems like they're using this, and Joe Mixon
I think
talked
Mixon
about it.
didn't know. He didn't know it was just logistics.
And they're fired up. So
Burrow.
what did Burrow prove with this win?
Well, he is who we thought he was.
This is just one take through the whole show. It's
because it's this weekend validated for everybody. Joe Burrow's second best quarterback in the league. And while I believe, and I think sober analysts agree, that Patrick Mahomes is clearly better than him, if he goes into Arrowhead next week and wins, people say he's the best quarterback in football, it will at least be a fair, legitimate argument.
Yeah, once you beat somebody four times, Greg, then you can start talking about it.
Are you saying you'll go there?
Wait, no, I did not say that I would go there. I flatly said the opposite of that. But I will not find it as insulting and audacious as when folks were giving it to Josh Allen having done nothing. Joe, listen. Joe, I was wrong about Joe Burrow coming out of college. Because coming out of college, I said, I know he's super accurate, but what else? What is he great at?
Yeah.
Like, what is his superpower? And his superpower is being himself.
Yes.
Because evidently who he is so calm, collected, and just together. And it permeates the team. And so this team that had the best claim that it was a top two team in the AFC alongside the Chiefs all year, and this quarterback who had the best claim that he's a top two quarterback in the AFC all year, just proved that with the dismantling of the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, he's the second best quarterback in the NFL. I give you that. And he showed that he proved that he was clearly the best quarterback on the field against Josh Allen. He made Josh Allen look indecisive, inaccurate, all the things. But for me, you said he is who we thought he was. For me, when I look at Joe Burrow, he's like an assassin. And then there are other quarterbacks who are snipers. I look at even Patrick Mahomes, sniper, because there's multiple ways that he can get you. You don't know where he's coming from. He's going to get you. You know he's going to get you, but he's coming from everywhere. Joe Burrow is who he is. You know that he's coming. You know what he can do. And he's like, I'm going to do it to you. Either you get to me or I'm going to get to you. And I'm going to put a dagger in your heart. That is exactly what he's been doing on this entire run that they've been on. And I heard you say it about Joe Mixon. He said who he thought they were and who he knew they to be, which was
the big dogs of the AFC.
We're the big dogs of the AFC.
They get that.
And what your response was, but they haven't beaten the Bills. And I know I was on the Bills bandwagon. They hadn't beat the Bills. Will they check that box?
No.
Are they the big dogs of the AFC?
We about to find out.
What do you mean we about to find out? They are the reigning AFC champions.
It's some work to be done, and we'll get to all that. But look, he didn't prove anything to me because we already knew he was elite. We already had heard the Joe Montana, Tom Brady comparisons, which, obviously those are maybe the two greatest ever, but he is similar. All the things that made them great, the coolness under pressure, the poise, the smarts, the cerebral play, like that's what he has over Josh. Josh will beat you with his physical tools, all right? Burrow beats you with his mind and his coolness and his leadership.
He's the second best quarterback?
I like the dynamite factor.
Oh, my.
I like the dynamite factor that Josh Allen brings.
So you think Josh Allen is...
I love Burrow. Here's what I think. I think the only thing that's written in stone is that Patrick Mahomes is number one. I think just like in the NBA, 2 to 5, that'll vary from year to year. Maybe we'll see if he continues this, but Jalen Hurts might be in there one year. Lamar, if he gets back, might be in there. Burrow, Allen, I think that is fluid, but number one is just, that's what's written in stone.
Good segment. Greg, not too much John Wick before the show. It's a little dark there. Dang, just through the heart. I was like, yikes, we talking? An assassin is coming for you. Take out a knife. What the heck?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.